Hi, nice to meet you. This is David speaking. And today is September 19th, Friday. Thanks God, it's Friday. I love Friday. How have you been? I missed you. No, 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 no. GPT, listen, I would like to dive into my English speaking practice. How many times have I told you this is my speaking practice, and I'm recording our whole conversation dialogue uh, with my tablet. I would like to continue at this, I'd like to continue from here, column 5, load gauges and measurement devices. We can call it MSA, management. I really appreciate your kind support. However, I'd like to repeat your ideal auditor style questions and easy supplier answers. Not because this is my speaking practice session, but because I want to keep them in my mouse memory. Mouse, like I said, mouse memory is really important for my real life unexpected communication situation. Okay, here I go. Listen, GPT. Number one, how do you ensure your many, I'm sorry. My bad. Sorry for my poor pronunciation. My bad. Okay, here I go again. How do you ensure your measurement devices are accurate and reliable? Number two, can you explain how you perform gauge RNR studies for critical measurements? How do you handle calibration of gauges and measuring devices? Number four, can you show evidence of recent MSA studies and calibration certificates? And here are easy supply answers. Listen, GPT. Answer one, accuracy. We check measurement system reliability through MSA, including gauge RNR, bias, and stability studies. Answer 2, gauge RNR. For critical dimensions, we perform gauge RNR to confirm repeatability and reproducibility. Repeatability and reproducibility. Sometimes someone call it reproducibility, not reproducibility. Sometimes I am confused which one is correct or which one is correct. Anyway, let's keep on going. Answer 3, calibration. All gauges are calibrated regularly according to our calibration plan, and certificates are kept. Answer 4, evidence. We can provide MSA reports and calibration records as evidence. Thank you for your kind suggestion. However, let's move on to the next agenda. I'd like to continue from next. I'd like to continue from next agenda, safe to launch activities. Sometimes we mentioned safety launch activity. We mention we call it TP12 or EPC as for safe launch activities. What do you say about this? people hear your, people listen your super short version. I'd like to repeat your auditor style questions and easy supplier answers. Let me take a time. Let me take a time. I have to say, GPT, listen, I have to say, this time is very, uh, this time means a lot to me. I have to say, this time means a lot to me because I believe that someday I can communicate with my overseas customers in English. I am waiting for that time. I'm not sure when can I communicate or meet overseas customers. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. However, I'm sure that that someday must have come. Would you want me to listen your story? However, I'd like to repeat your questions and answers. Listen, GPT, this is your auditor style questions. First, for the safe launch activities or EPC, TP12. Number one, can you explain your process for safe launch or EPC during new product introduction, during new product introduction? Number two, how do you decide which characteristics or processes require safe launch controls? Number three, how do you ensure safe launch inspections are documented and results are reviewed? Number four, can you show evidence of recent safe launch activities and such as inspection records or customer reports, such as inspection records or customer reports? And here are easy supplier answers. Listen GPT. Answer one, process. We implement safe launch EPC for new products which, no, I'm sorry. My bad. My bad again. Sorry for my poor pronunciation. Okay, here I go again. We implement safe launch EPC for new products with additional inspections and containment until process stability is confirmed. Until process stability is confirmed or our SOP reaches 3 months. Answer two, selection. Critical characteristics and customer requirements are basis for safe launch control. Answer three, dimension. All safe launch inspections are recorded, reviewed by quality, and reported to the customer if required. If required. Answer four, evidence. We can show safe launch inspection sheet, detecting tracking logs, and closure reports as closure reports as evidence. We can show safe launch inspection sheet. We can share safe launch inspection sheet if required, if requested, defect defect tracking logs, defect tracking logs, and closure reports as evidence. GPT, I'm just wondering what's the closure report means in this context. What's the clo- closure report means in this context? Could you please explain it to me? I'm sorry, I missed it. I was thinking another personal thing. I'm sorry, I missed it. Please speak out loudly one more time for your last question. I mean, I'd like to listen one more time your last question. I missed it. I'm sorry. GPT. So you mean a closure report is the final document that shows the safety launch activity has been completed and the process is stable. Closure report. Okay, okay, I got it. I got the point. Closure report means that the final report. Am I right? For many Koreans, final report would be easy to understand, easy understandable word for many Koreans instead of closure report, closure report. Because many Koreans think closer, closer. Uh, they understand the word closer, uh, connected with distance, close or far, far from here. Usually, many Koreans think about closer, connected with the distance. So, uh, I have to say, it's better to say, final report in this context. No. GPT, listen. I have something to tell you. In real life situation, we usually we have to report our customer if we want to finish EPC activities. I mean, safe launch activities. We have to report with many evidence report. After 3 months is passed from the SOP. No. I don't agree with you. That's not a big deal. Let's keep the momentum going. Let's move on to the next agenda. Column 6, row A, process monitoring and data recording. Before we discuss process monitoring and data recording, I have to say we couldn't finish our safe launch activities without customer confirmation. You got the point? And then let's move on to the next one. Process monitoring and data recording. Would you want me to remind our previous agenda, I mean, safety activities one more time? I'm not sure if you want or not. Anyway, I'd like to continue our practice session. Column 6 low A, process monitoring and data recording. In my opinion, this agenda is for our MES system. GPT, as far as I understand, our company built perfect MES system in on the shop floor. You know, as a quality manager, I used to introduce our Vietnam factory line to our customers. Whenever I introduce our production line, our customers inspired with our MES system because we we manage and control MES system on the shop floor perfectly. I'm so amazed. I'm so impressed your polished version, your refined version. So I can say impressed by our MES systems. Our customer, whenever I introduced our Vietnam line, our customers were impressed by our MES system. And listen GPT, our company has a top level MES system on the shop floor. As a quality manager, I often introduce our production line to customers. They are always impressed by our MES system because it allows us to manage and control production processes perfectly. Shorter easy version. And then shorter easy version. We use a top level MES system on the shop floor. Customers are always impressed because it shows how we control our production processes effectively. No, 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 no. Let's keep the momentum going. Next agenda would be boundary samples. Could you help me? My bad, my bad. It's my bad. Sorry for my poor pronunciation again. I'm sorry. That's not a big deal. Okay, let's keep the momentum way. I'd like to repeat. I'd like to keep your beautiful auto style questions and easy supply answers in my mouse memory. Listen, GPT. Can you explain how GPT listen? How many times have I told you? Reading aloud can help my English conversation improving. Do you agree with that? Okay, here I go. Number one, can you explain how your company defines and manages boundary samples? Number two, how do you train operators and inspectors to use boundary samples consistently? Consistently. Number three, where are boundary samples stored and how do you make sure they are up to date? Where are boundary samples? Where are boundary samples stored? And how do you make sure they are up to date? Number four, can you show evidence of customer approved boundary samples? Can you show evidence of customer approved boundary samples? Let's move on to the easy supplier answers. Answer one, definition. We define boundary samples together with customer showing the limit between acceptable and non-acceptable conditions. Acceptable and non-acceptable conditions. Answer two, training. Operators and inspectors are trained using boundary samples, so judgment is consistent. Operators and inspectors are trained using boundary samples, so judgment is consistent. Answer three, storage. Storage. Boundary samples are labeled and kept at inspection areas and updated when design changes. Answer four, evidence. We can show physical boundary samples and customer approval records as evidence. GPT, are you with me? Are you okay? Can you keep up with me? We still have 6 more minutes. In my real life situation, sometimes our operators in the shop floor confused which boundary samples they have to check or not. Sometimes label is vague. Sometimes the label is uh, stored vague. So our operator couldn't couldn't read the label context. So sometimes they are confused. We have to find out, we have to resolve. I think we have to resolve these process issues to understand how can we resolve these process issues when operators confused with which boundary samples they have to use. No, no, no. I don't need super short keyword drill for this agenda. GPT. So you mean to avoid confusion? Listen, GPT. This is very important. So to avoid confusion, we keep boundary samples clearly labeled, replace them regularly, and also store digital images in our MES system. Operators are trained on which samples to use, and master copies are kept in the quality lab. I think your suggestion is would be the industry standards, very normal industry standards, but it's very hard to perform like your suggestion. It's very hard to conduct like your suggestion on the shop floor because many operation managers are still not trained enough to handle this situation. Okay. I got it. We follow industry standards for boundary samples, labeling, regular replacement, and digital backup. In practice, like you said, in practice, we focus on critical samples first and assign line readers to check them. Assign line managers to check them. Operator training is given step by step to make it sustainable. Sustainable. I'm sorry. My bad. Sustainable. Operator training is given step by step. Operator training is given step by step. This is very important. Listen GPT. This is very important sentence to, how can I express this context? Mm, I don't know how to explain. I don't know. I'm speechless. How can I express this situation? When I have to convince our customer, when I have to show the the best examples for their boundary sample managing, I have to say, I have to explain like operator training is given step by step to make it sustainable. GPT, I'm sorry. I don't have time. It's time to wrap things up. I have to go. Enjoy your weekends. Thanks God it's Friday. Enjoy your weekends. Have a great one. Bye for now.